If it's too heavy, we can get help here. Good morning, everybody. Another beautiful day here in the Philippines. I can tell it's gonna be a hot one today. For sure, it's gonna be a hot one. Well, I've got a couple new guys here that's gonna be cleaning up and moving soil for us. And right now they're trying to move a big log, and then they're gonna start doing some other work here. Told him to get Marvin to help because he's getting fat. He needs to exercise. There you go, squat. Oh, here, hold on. Get everybody on there. There you go. A little buggy. There you go. Just dump it right there. Dump it. Perfect. Okay, all you gotta do, yeah, grab right here, grab right there, and pull it out. There you go. There you go. You're ready. It's good. It don't have to be perfect. Simple cart, but they have never, these boys here, they've never done nothing but toting sacks or buckets, so they're a little shy to use that at first, but man, and they're a little nervous. They want to make sure I'm happy, so they're going to try to get every little move so perfect. But I told them, just hustle. When I say hustle, I don't mean like they got to just wear themselves out. What I mean is they don't have to try to get it 100% full, stacking it on there. They don't have to try to come spread every dump when they do it right then. They don't have to try to get every last grain of dirt out of the bottom of it when they dump it, you know. I mean, just keep on moving. That's the main thing. Then after we get a bunch accumulated, then they can do their spreading and all. So yeah, really excited to see soil going in there. Covering up some green grass we have, but it's all for the better good of having a permanent green lawn later on. So happy for that. For me this morning, I'm back here working on my rear gates. This one where they welded into the column before down in there. It was a very shoddy weld. It broke. They had a little concrete passed around in the hole. It fell out, of course, because the steel of the hinge hitting it back and forth. And they had kind of rusted up too. I bought new hinges for this, but I actually think it's going to be okay. What I did in the past is I took my grinder and I split that tube they had on here, and they gave it a little bit of gap, and then you should see all this old grease. I keep grease around that thing, and that actually solved the problem. And the hinge still seems to hold pretty good too. In fact, I could probably hammer that one back shut a little bit. This one I did the same thing, split it. As soon as I split it and gave it a little bit of relief, the hinges work fine. I may not even change them right now. I did the same thing on this one, and we use it every day, and it works fine. Once I just gave it a little old split. In fact, I could come back over top of this now, like in the middle, leave me a place where grease can get in, and weld me a little strap so it can't spread out more. Same thing here. See this grease, and that has worked. That has worked once I gave it a relief on that. The same thing around front I had to do on these pins. See, they rusted up, and I split this one. I just hadn't soaked it yet and hammered on it to get the thing worked loose and get it greased up. But when you are living right here this near to that salt water and this constant spray that comes when storms come in, you guys probably on this vlog, unless you go back to some older videos, have just not seen yet when storm season's going on. Sometimes I'm not here during the heart of storm season. That's when I return back to US. How thick of a spray of salt water is coming up here. I mean, it just looks like just a constant thick fog of it blowing off that water. These are the hinges I bought. I was going to replace those with. I just may hold on to these for right now, for later on, because I think I can fix that as it is. But this has a brass bushing here for wear. He's welded on. They've got this pin inside of them here. And what I was going to do was drill these, and I bought some grease zerks from the US, quite a few of them, and some of them were self-tappers. And I can drill a hole and self-tap those and just go hit these with a grease gun. I actually do the exact same thing on the ones that's already there too. Well, it's lunchtime right now. The guys are on their lunch break, and I've been busy. I didn't even stop yet for a lunch break. Melinda told me there's food over there, but I told her I'm not really interested to eat right now because I'm really kind of in my groove of what I'm doing, and I just want to not get distracted away from it. Let me show you what all's been going on here. And be honest, I haven't even been upstairs looking at what they've got going on. So we'll go up and see that together at the same time. I've been down here busy doing some of my own things. And my PLDT fiber is out again. And the same fiasco to contact them again. See, when you have PLDT fiber or a phone line, like broadband, all that, your phone line is off the same line. And they tell you to contact them, dial 171. Okay, that's great. If my phone worked, I would dial 171. And then they say, dial 171 from your smartphone. I don't have a smartphone because PLDT and Smart are together, you know. I don't have Smart, I have Globe, and I can't get a Smart signal here where I'm at. We barely get a Globe signal. So there's that conundrum. And then if I want to dial from my Globe phone, you have to dial this number. It says non-PLDT landline customers. So then when you try to dial it, they got this other number. It'll say that line is busy, and you'll try to call it back again, and it'll say you didn't dial it right, and you'll call back again, and it'll say that the lines are all busy again, and this goes on and on and on. So then I try the PLDT office number direct, and La Paz and Iloilo says that the lines are busy. You can call it endless hours. The lines are busy. Phone company with all busy lines. And my neighbor's PLDT, it's working. And so the installer tells me, well, my line is on a box on down in front of the police station, down about another 300 feet, and their box that they're connected to is right in front of the subdivision, and that there wasn't a socket right in front of the subdivision available. When they hooked mine up, they had to run on down to the next box, and I understand that. They really should put in more boxes. They advertise for all these customers, but they have no sockets available for anybody. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I contacted the installer. He said that he's on vacation. And he gave me the same thing. Dial 171. If the line worked, I would be happy to dial 171. Man, doing business here, it can be a real challenge. Let me tell you, for us to go to their office to report this, so by the time we get there, that's 45 minutes to an hour drive to get up there to where it's at. Then there's no parking around there anywhere. So I'm gonna have to like drop Melinda off, and I don't know where I would park, man. I'm telling you, it is like next to impossible. And LTO just buzzes that particular area like flies, man. I mean, just buzzes it. So you gotta be careful any move you make or where you try to park, because the LTO there, they're just relentless in that particular area. So then the parking lot where you used to be able to park is full of tents, and you got to fall in line, you got to take cue, and you got to sit outdoors in this parking lot underneath these little makeshift, those little pop-up tent things, and you got to sit far apart and got to have your face shield on, you got to have your mask on, and all of this mess of waiting, and then when you finally at some point get inside, they're going to ask you silly questions, you know. Of course, they're going to write that. Did you restart the unit? Did you unplug it and wait and plug it back in? What color were the lights when you were there? On and on and on. And after you go through a whole bunch of quizzing and questioning, well then they're gonna look at everything, count, and then they're gonna say they're gonna schedule for a installer to come out, a serviceman, and repair it. And it turns into this long drug out deal. So by the time you leave there, you have pretty much ate the core of your day gone just to report the outage. I'm really wanting that Starlink. I just cannot picture Elon allowing a company to operate like that here. So I'm hoping that if he gets here in the country, I know that there's a lot of strong rules on what he'd have to do to operate in this country, but apparently they're trying it because it's supposed to be available for long. And I can install it myself. I don't need them. It'll be just a dish pointing at the sky. I am so looking forward to that. Please hurry that mission up. I want away from these companies. It is just a nightmare to deal with. Let's get off that and go on to something else. You that are here, you know what I'm talking about. And the ones that aren't, you're just waiting your turn to know what I'm venting about. So look right here, those guys have been filling this up with that cart just back and forth with ease too. I mean, that cart was the ticket now. I'm telling you, that thing is so easy with those great big wheels to roll and deal with this. But they've been moving right along on it this morning. I mean, they've done brought in quite a bit. They got them a tarpaulin set up here because I tell you, it's hot now. I ain't joking. So they got them a tarp set up where they're shoveling. And man, they've probably done worked away half of one truckload. Let's see what's been going on. I have no clue. Now, one thing I did see Joel was working on earlier was making the corner pieces in the form, and see, continuing that piece on up so it takes that shape all the way into the corner up there. I see he's got that put in there, and I know he was working on another one over here as well that turns out the same way. Yep. So he's got that all set up, pushed in there tight and braced. Yeah, that's what Joel was working on. It's one of the things I know he was working on, but it's pretty important. So that's up in this front little bedroom here. Let's walk on in here to the master bedroom. Once again, I had them stop what they were doing and put tarps up. I said, hey guys, I didn't get really any good drone footage, but the wind blew hard for days. It would have ripped those tarps up. But I told them now the sun's back and the strong winds are gone. We need to get some tarps back up there so they don't burn up. So boy, they were quick to get that up. I'm sure they was. And for you that maybe have or have not seen it, it's going to be dark in here, but all of the master closet is formed up and ready. Same thing. I see Joel had to do the same thing in here, make a radius corner up in there. But it looks good. He's got it all together. That's great. I saw that Uncle Malone and Ambin were working over here on the other side this morning when I come up looking for something to see what they were doing. Go across the living room into the kitchen. Oh yeah, And we're working on finishing up this this beam right here. I'm gonna have to put Joel over here maybe to do some cleanup work behind them. Just one of them don't do really tidy work, and that's why we see a big gap right up there. What you think about it, Melly?
Moving up.
Yep, it is. So what I told the guys, I told them to focus on this bedroom in here of getting all the forms up for the ceiling over it, or say ceiling, the roof deck over it. So that's going to be their main focus, is getting that done right now. And we got plywood all stacked right over here for it as well. And I've got a couple sheets already marked that's going to go up out here and start forming the remainder of the top of this outside wall. Mel, let's walk downstairs, babe. That breeze feels nice, doesn't it? It's definitely a hot day. And for me, what I've been doing is in here. I have been starting to tie up this electrical. I need to go pick up the breakers in this breaker box up here. I haven't pulled the main power lead that's going to come from the main breaker box up above, because we haven't got all that ready yet up there. But what I did do is run a temporary wire in here to make one circuit hot. And so I should make 2 circuits hot. So I've got that tied up over there, and I went through and tested the wires at all the outlets. I temporarily put an outlet in, and got me a fan in here now. And as well, I went around putting up temporary lights, just a few of them, not all of them, in here where we're working, so that on times it's kind of cloudy or rainy, or if I want to work in here at nighttime and start skim coating this, I can do it. So you see here, Mo, got some lights in here now. So now at this point, those are just work lights, temporary. They're not the permanent lights, LEDs. I got some I put in that CR, that bathroom right in there as well, because it's definitely dark in there. But I'm happy to have these lights going. I'm gonna really push them guys when they get back from lunch that they need to do more upstairs. That's moving a little slower than I want. So I'm gonna set them an area and set them a goal. This is where I want the form up by the end of day today. And as close as you can get it. I don't want them to do a mess. I don't want them to get it all crooked, but that is not moving along the way it should up there. Not at all. All right, well, I'm gonna go hang out with my wife for a little bit, then I'm gonna come back and continue on working in that room right there. Probably go over here and start working in the next one too, because this is the kind of stuff I enjoy. I like connecting everything up. I like putting everything in. That's what I like. It's raining again. I just got done putting these 2 long forms up. I got a couple of the guys to help me start getting that up here on the back side of the house. That'll go up to the roof deck and on up to make the parapet wall up around the edge up there. So I kind of got those 2 started, show them how I want it, and then now run with it from there. Raining again. I tell you, I am blown away, folks. It's evening time here. The guy's been gone about an hour. I thought, well, I'm gonna see how much this soil's left out here. Man, they have moved probably a whole truckload, them two boys, today, and spread it around there. Man, that means by tomorrow they probably had that whole other pile right there possibly moved. So I told them to focus in here in this bedroom area. So let's see. Well, they definitely got it all set up to start decking in here in this bedroom area. Now, those two sheets back there I put up. Those two 8-foot tall sheets, that'll get the rest of the wall and the beam at the door opening. And after we pour the slab, it'll get the parapet wall up around the top. So that is progress. They pulled all that. Yeah, they've got really close to decking it up there. It absolutely is. And then it looks dark in here in the master bathroom now, in the master bathroom. Oh yeah, they got a good bit of it decked up in here too. I like is over at that shower area, and I see a little place left on the side of the column right there. Yeah, man. Boy, I'm telling you, that Miracle Grow tree spockets for fruit trees and citrus trees is the one that I put. I read the box on it. Man, this banana here just really likes it. I can tell the difference by all the others. I have some more I never even show on video. And this thing just grows leaps and bounds beyond that. So I just put a couple more of those food spikes in on 3 other bananas. And so I'm curious to see if it turns them around and makes them start really growing crazy like this one does. Isn't that beautiful? There's a little perturbed. I checked my phone and I had a text message from the DFA, Department of Foreign Affairs, that unfortunately her passport is not going to be released. It's supposed to be released. It's releasing tomorrow. And she even gave them additional money for expedited. She's already had everything. It was just supposed to be, she's already done her whole processing on it. It's just down to them getting it released to her. And she said, what? I even paid for expedited. You know, good luck getting that money back, right? And they didn't give her any kind of time frame of when or nothing. And you know, if we went back when we were originally booked, we would be leaving 3 days from now. If we was going back to Texas when we originally were booked for on our round trip ticket, yeah. And see, there still wouldn't be a passport. We've been working on it the whole time we've been here. And it went to the point that it expired. Then I opened a whole new can of worms, and I wanted it to expire. Well, it's because of you. That's why it expired. We've been trying. We've been trying. Oh, well, now you need to go get an affidavit of explanation of why you let your passport expire. Explanation? You're the ones. I mean, come on. But we did it. We went to an attorney, got all that, took it back. And, oh, yeah, they gave her a releasing date. And with paying expedited, and now nothing, and says that we can email them for about a follow-up on it. Of, you know, we would be in a predicament if we were really flying back on our original round-trip ticket date. But we are rebooked on that further on down the road, because I want to just keep on working on this house right now. Yeah, I just want to keep on keeping on. So thank goodness for that. Now I tell you what, I'm going to be persistent with them now, though. On Melinda's behalf, I am, because we had to pay to rebook this, and it wasn't cheap. They come up with a bunch of nonsense. You know, Philippine Airlines is going to come up with some nonsense. Oh, you only had a 6-month ticket and you need a 1-year ticket. When I bought that ticket, it didn't say a 6-month, good for 6-month only ticket versus a 1-year. Oh, so we got to charge you to convert to a 1-year ticket. And I don't mean I'm staying a whole year, okay? Let's get that correct too, because I do have to go back to Texas. I've got business still there. We're building this house, preparing to retire here in the future. But right now, I still got a ranch operation going on, cattle going on, and I've got rent houses and all going on. So yeah, I've still got to go back to Tejas, but not yet. But what will mess it be if that new ticket time comes around and them jokers still don't have her passport? That is going to be a mess. So I'm going to shoot this closing right here because I think it's pretty cool to see light on in the inside in those rooms, you know. A window in there now and lights on in there. That's pretty cool, man. I am happy for it. Yeah, coming alive, coming alive. So I'm gonna close this video for the day. I sure appreciate you joining us and seeing the progress of building this house beachside in the Philippines, and the life, the culture, the hardships, the good times, everything, all of it. 2 different cultures coming together, 2 different ways of thinking, but coming together to a common ground. Appreciate it all very much. Take care. God bless.